Hey guys, I was going to make a video today about charts. One of the most frustrating things for me when I look at charts are the fact that people don't take the time to make them look nice when it's pretty simple. Overall, Excel has a pretty good functionality in charts. You could take a lot of data and you could put it into something that's very visual. The unfortunate part is you really need to manipulate it before sorry about that. Before you just push it out for public consumption. So I'm going to show you a couple of different ways to do charts. Um, Primarily, it is just about taking the time to update your data and really the formatting of those charts. So just real quick, I just took the sample of our budget numbers from the last spreadsheet that we shared on the Blackboard. So you can take that information and copy this. I will also upload this into Blackboard so you can play around with it in there. Part of the next kind of module and session is talks about charts. And so I'll have you kind of do a comparison to a before and after and learning how to maybe manipulate those a little bit better. So let me just, so real quick, in case any of you have not done charts in Excel before, really all it is you highlight the data and you go to insert and you have various options. So we're gonna go right into what they think they would recommend on a chart for this. So this has a ton of information and does a lot of comparisons when you're talking about budgets to actuals and year over year projections. If you were to just click on this first one and pop it out, that's what you get. So overall, I mean, not terrible on the formatting of the chart. It is pretty basic in my mind. There's just a lot of things that are maybe unnecessary in there. And then also, as I look at this, I really still don't know what you're telling me. If I were to just look at this, I'd be like, wow, whatever green is, oh, sales tax looks like it's projecting high over anything else. And really, that's not the point of maybe the visual that you were wanting to give. So, um, just be careful when you're producing a chart that you really need to know what it is that you want people to see and the story that you're telling, because that is the first thing everybody will look at on any presentation. They will glaze over all of the information that you've provided above and go immediately to a visual. All right, so I'm going to delete that one just so we can do the next example. So again, select all of your information, go to insert, and then you can check the chart that you want to insert. So let's just say I want to do a pie chart. Again, not too bad. This one just automatically assumed that you want me to list out each one of these and give you the years. So if I were to look at this, it's like, oh, every year has about the same Adams County property tax. The options in here, you have a lot of options of filtering right here on this database. And then you also can come in here and start to manipulate the way that you want this to look. So if I were to say, switch the rows and the columns, I'm getting to a better picture of like, okay, in 2014, here's my actuals, here's how much it was. It's really hard to tell. You have to kind of read the label and come over to the pie and be like, oh, that's the sales tax. Oh, that's Adams County property tax. So still more narrative than maybe is necessary on some of your charts. So making sure that you're using every one of these tools, and I would just get in here and play around. It's amazing how many options you have for charts. It's amazing how many tacky options they give you. Like if you were to just click on that and present that, people would be lost. But you can click on that and then you can also go in here and start to correct some of the issues that you see in the formatting. So clicking on it, it will give you options for every type of formatting that you do. It'll tell you where you want to put it. And you can move stuff all around here. You really have to dig in more to the formatting in every chart that you make. If you don't want labels, then go on here and click any button that you have. I just would say, please, please do not be afraid to click around before you produce something in Excel and just put it out for public consumption. Too often, things are put out that way because nobody clicks on the buttons just to see the formatting that you can do. So that's another way, just write directly into your data if you want. The next thing here is you can create a pivot table, which is another way of formatting and filtering through charts or data. So format the data that you have right here into a pivot table. I've already went ahead and done it. So all it does is create this sheet for you. So as you can see in formatting, you're going to get these extra ribbon bars and pivot tables. And so you'll want to go through each one of these and again, play around. And this class is not necessarily about Excel itself, just trying to describe the story of data. And so what I primarily want to focus on is your visualization of the data that you're presenting. Maybe not so much about all the different tools and techniques that you can use in here, but more so about just getting the information out there that is easy to read and consume. So real quick with, there we go. So we got our fields list right here. Back over here again, that looks really bad. We would never want to put that out there. I know it sounds kind of funny, but I really don't love legends. That's probably a preference. If you have a really good story to tell and a legend is easier, or you have a lot of information and a legend's easier, then I would use it. Otherwise, I would take it off there and start to use your data labels. What that does is it goes directly to the chart itself and starts to describe exactly what it is that you want. And then as you go into data labels, you can also, there's so many more options about adding the title, the names. You can add as much information on a data label as you want. Percentages of, the total category. So again, get in there and play around with it. So I'm going to encourage you guys as part of the next module is to really just get in here and know how much you can manipulate on a chart outside of just what it produces for you. Because there's just a ton that you can do in here and make sure that you can see the differences between what it produces for you and your options available. So one of my goals is to have a this and that for the end of this module. So this is maybe what it instantly produced out. I've already kind of messed with it a little bit. And then I'd like to get something to where this is a very clear kind of good picture and understanding of where that revenue is by category. And then as you wanted to change, what field you're trying to represent, you can produce multiple charts pretty efficiently. So I hope that, I know that's like drinking from a hose, but ultimately what I'm just trying to represent in this module is giving that visual of information and data in a clear and concise way through a chart. So I think that's all for this kind of lesson. And then I appreciate you guys listening to me. I know these videos are pretty hard sometimes, but I hope that helps. And I look forward to seeing what you guys have. Thank you.